Hey, you guys. Help you out with this IXL here today. I want to go over a couple of problems that you're going to see on the IXL. The first one is just one more example of an arithmetic series. And the second example is going to go over one you're going to see on the IXL that may be a little confusing. So, real fast, here's the formula you're going to use for a finite series. So, S of n is equal to n times a sub 1 plus a sub n, all of that divided by 2. Now, this is going to give you the same formula right here that the guy showed you on the video. It's the same as this one. So if it may be a little quicker to cut the n in half. If it's even, it just goes a little quicker. If it's an odd, you just may want to work all this out and then divide it by 2. So either way. So the only thing you got to really be careful of is what's n. Well, n is going to be the number of terms you're going to get. And you did IXL on that yesterday. So, and I'll cover it here in a sec. A sub 1, remember, is your first term. A sub n is the last term. So first example here, I got n is 14. That's the starting point. The last one's 14. And my rule is 2n minus 3. So here's my quick things that you need to find. I need to find how many terms are here. So quick, 14 minus 1, 13, add 1 because you're counting that first term, and I get 14 terms in this sequence. So n is going to be, this n right here is going to be 14. My first term, to get my first term, you plug in 1, 2 times 1, 2, 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So negative 1 is my first term. And to get your last term, plug in 14. So basically, you got to plug in the first one, you got to plug in the last one. And 2 times 14 is 28, minus 3 is 25. So now you just plug it into your formula. So to get that into my formula, I say S of 14, I want the sum of 14 terms. Okay, that's where the 14 comes from. And I'm going to take 14 times negative 1, my first term, plus my last term, 25, and add that up, times it by 14 divided by 2. Now, I would use this formula here. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Negative 1 and 25 is 24. 7 times 24 is 168. So that's a pretty basic, simple one. Here's a little different one that you may see where there's no n. It's just a negative 47. It's just a whole number. So again, the first thing you have to do is you got to find out how many terms are in this sequence. So 11 subtract 0 is 11, add 1, and I get 12. My first term is negative 47 because there's no place to plug in 0. There's no place to plug in 11. My last term will be negative 47. So I'm adding negative 47 basically 12 times. So let's follow the formula. So I take 12 and I'm going to add my first term and my last term. Add that up, cut it in half. Well, if this is even again, I just took 12 divided by 2 and got 6. And negative 47 and negative 47 is negative 94. Multiply it up and I get 5, negative 564. So a little bit different if there's no variable here. All right, good luck. I'm on Excel. If you need help, check it in. All right, have a good day, you guys.